just want to play first. This hand is good, so we'll keep it. We have aggro hate, we have interaction, we have cost reduction, so this is exactly the kind of hand we want to be playing. This deck is sweet though. I don't think I saw a Glimmer last game with all those lands. That would have been sweet. Blue-whites, possibly. Alright, so we have 3 turn 4 untapped. That's real good. We can abrade something as well. Yeah, blue-white. Possibly banned. New Rivulet. Okay. Could be... I just don't see it being God Pharaoh's Gift. So they have this counter magic open. We're not really in a rush, so we're just going to pass. There's no reason to just run this Primal Amulet out. Yeah, sweet. Cycle away your answers. Let's see. I guarantee this deck has a lot of dead cards. We're waiting on the Supreme Wills, because we could conceivably hit 7 mana, like Supreme Will with backup, or cast a Jaya or Amulet with backup. And we could wait for Supreme Will until we get Supreme Will and hit a Glimmer, and we cast that. Cool, so we have a Sweltering Suns to cycle. Maybe Return to Ravnica, they can give us our other cycles, the other set of cycling lands. That'd be sweet. Get a blue-red cycling land right as this deck's being awesome. So we're going to cycle this. Field of Ruin means our Azcanta doesn't have a justification to be flipped for a while. So we could now... We have triple Supreme Will, so we get Supreme Will at the end of turn, and then if we hit a Glimmer, cast that. There's no reason to go for it now. What are they doing? Oh, well. We could just Supreme Will now. We'll take this next Fate. Anywhere. That's sweet. Yes, we'll go find one. We'll grab and what do we got? We got 2 mountains, 2 islands. We'll grab a mountain. Jaya is pretty cost intensive. This is shaping up fine. They're gonna have to discard. So we can end a turn Nexus of Fate. They could syncopate it and exile it, but I think that's fine. If they just regular counter it, then we are a little bit more in the clear to untap and do other stuff, other more silly stuff. I would love to take 2 turns. Would you allow it? Syncopate would be unfortunate. Disallow is fine. Oh, and that leaves them very low on counter magic. Alright, so we're going to go Primal Amulet. And the reason I want the Amulet in play is it's going to let... Amulet's prioritized when you're not comboing as just a value play against control decks, because it lets these counter spells have a little bit more leeway. Huh. We could double Supreme Will this, but I think we'd rather just commit. Is that what we want to do? And then they just counter back, and then we're out. Cancel. So, actually, we can't double Supreme Will. Let's try to commit it. Because then they only have 2 mana untapped. We're not so worried about that. Fairy's really not scary, unless they start taking infinite turns. Cool. They let it go. Which means they're probably sitting on a disallow. So we will try to resolve a Jaya now. Should have played this mount. It was a mistake. Oh, sweet. Alright, so we're going to discard a Braid and Primal Amulet. We want to keep the rest of these. Well, probability says we'll hit a land, so we can discard this mountain as well. Yeah. So we're going to play the Spirebluff Canal and then pass, because we can still Supreme Will. We'll just let it go. There's nothing really worried about. We're going to discard these two lands. And we'll play a land. We'll just pass. That's fine. Actually, like as cool as it is to turn your land into 2 cards in hand, being able to have them go down a land really helps in the long term. We can Supreme Will now. Start looking for stuff. We can find the Fight with Fire later, so I want this Syncopate. So put that on top, put that on top, put that on top. Or underneath. That means I can now Supreme Will again. We want this Nexus of Fate. Glimmer would have been nice, but we're okay without it. They have to discard 2. Settle. This is a dead card. We're going to discard our 2 lands in a hope to find a spell to flip this Primal Amulet. Because if we can flip the Primal Amulet, then we can really go off. Harness Lightning has no targets. It's unfortunate. I think we're just going to pass. Our opponent's eventually going to play something that would allow us to flip Primal Amulet, and once we flip the Primal Amulet, then we're going to be able to combo really effectively. Let's see. Syncopate would be 1, so it needs to be for 4, so we need to tap 4 for it, because we get a free one. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We won't be able to cast Nexus. I don't think I care about Glimmer. They're going to cast something next turn. That Teferi, probably. Yeah, so we can commit it. Let's commit it. Costs less. And that actually would let us flip the Primal Amulet and try to Nexus of Fate. Disallow, okay. Yes. 6, 7. So we're going to go for it now. So they're going to untap 2 lands, and we'll have 3 turns in a row after they untap 2 lands. So we'll be able to pressure them out. That's sweet. I guess so what I should have done was whenever he cast Glimmer, I should have commit Glimmer. And then that would have flipped Primal Wellspring, so on my end step I could have put 2 turns in my queue. So I would have been able to take 2 turns. So he gets rid of my Jaya, which is okay. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So yeah, we just cast with Kicker. Okay. And then we just win. I think that's what I did wrong in the last game when I flashed it back. I didn't use the mana that I had from the Primal Wellspring. So I didn't copy. Same targets. 20 damage. Oh, they didn't let me finish. That's okay. Alright, so what did we learn? We like these negates. We like these Gear Hulks. We don't care about Sweltering Suns at all, especially in this matchup. Or Braid. Or Harness Lightning. So we bring in 2 Whirlers. Probably take out a Primal Amulet and go to 3 Whirlers. Because we're going to be able to squeeze out some wins without having to resolve Primal Amulet. They're probably going to bring in some Forsake the Worldies. So we don't want to lean on Primal as much. We could go to 1 Primal and bring in another Whirler, but I don't think we need to do that as much. Ideally, in theory, this matchup, Whirler and Gear Hulk will deal 10 damage, so that way you don't have to duplicate a fight with fire. You're just fight with firing once. That's kind of your goal. I don't think our opponent played optimally, but I still think it went pretty well. Regardless of what decisions they made. Let's see. So what do we got? Turn 2, search. We have negate. We have Gear Hulk. I think this is fine. We can keep this. It's actually a really good Field of Ruin target. Looks like negate mana, but that's okay. We're still gonna play the search. We don't really mind our search. To them, their search for Azcanta is a lot more important. It's not as important in our matchup. That's fine. And I'm much happier than syncopating search, because then they can't, that's less syncopates to try to blow up my, to try to exile my next Fates. So we're going to Field of Ruin here. Now they're stuck on mana, so it's probably worth noting that they're going to Field of Ruin here. Oh, wait. Yeah, we're going to blow up their land, because we have mana, so I'm not as worried about it. So we're going to get an island. Blue is far more important. I think the other one will fizzle? Yeah, the other one fizzles. So they end up just getting wastelanded pretty much. That felt good. Interesting interaction. Alright, so now we have negate, we have double commit, and we have a Gear Hulk that eventually is going to come in and start clocking. Gear Hulk does fall into the splash 8 from the Primordial card. I think for efficiency, we're going to commit this. We want to use our mana. We have 2 other counter spells. That's fine. And now we got them to use a negate. They go to 3 cards. We have 5. We're pretty far ahead. We're not flashing back memory. Get out of here. We have enough mana to cast Nexus of Fates as we draw them. So that's going to be really important. Would help if we stop drawing lands. Glimmer. Opponent's pretty far behind right now. So I'm going to Hulk, and I'm going to commit that. Cast commit. The Glimmer. See if they go land to Fairy, and then tuck the Gear Hulk. If they go land Teferi and plus, then we can commit the Teferi and then negate it when it comes back. They had a really poor land draw, so they've drawn a lot of planes in the recent turns. Okay, so they do destroy that. I think that was a glimmer they finally got. Glimmer. I think I'm okay with the glimmer. Alright, so they get rid of Memorial. Now they have an Azcanta. Well, there's our own Azcanta. So we're actually going to cast that, because that's going to be pretty big for us. And I will fight over this Azcanta. Okay, cool. Yeah, if we go into a counter war, we will. So now we're actually down 8 cards, and they're about to start generating cards off Azcanta. So we are incentivized to flashback a memory now. Disallow. They're really tight on blue mana. Commit this. They negate, we negate the Teferi. Or they disallow. So now we can untap and flashback memory if we want to. Depends on what we draw. If we draw another form of like decent interaction, okay, grab that. I kind of want to just glimmer. Bottom, put on top. I don't think I played a land, did I? Oh, I played that mountain. Oh, well, that's dumb. In that case, this hand's awful, so we're gonna go ahead and memory. And this hand is much better. Yeah, I shouldn't have played that mountain, because then I could have fielded ruined this Azcanta, and I would have been fine waiting to play memory after that. Teferi's fine. We're going to start taking action turns pretty soon. If they go for that, okay, so if they go for the Azcanta play, then we're probably just gonna graveyard. No, we actually want that. That's a pretty good card here. So do this. So now I can go Jaya. And that would leave me to have Negate open or Syncopate open. Can also just try to Nexus here. So let's go at the end step, let them tap down, and then we can Nexus. So now we Nexus. The fact this thing has an instant is pretty silly. I will negate the negate. Actually, cancel. Syncopate's a lot worse. Done. So we're putting one card in our graveyard for our search. We're going to take another turn after this one. We're looking for more Nexus of Fates. We have Jaya to help us accomplish that if necessary, and Supreme Will. And they're going to be tapped out. So now is the time to start going for it. The fact that Nexus of Fate is an instant, so it means like as soon as your opponent tries to do something, you're able to start just kind of going off. It's just pretty ridiculous. Give us Nexus. Graveyard. It's not Nexus. So let's go Supreme Will. We really want to flip this Primal Amulet before that Invoke can come into play. There's a Nexus of Fate. We'll fight with fire, Jaya, Sulfur Falls. Alright, so let's do the math. If I play Jaya, then I can still play Nexus of Fate, so let's do that. Add mana. Cast Nexus of Fate. This deck is sweet. Oh goodness, I love this deck. I just wanted to transform it. This deck is probably one of the most fun standard decks I've played in a long time. And then we have 6. So now we're going to try to get a Hulk in and be looting for Nexus of Fates. Negate doesn't matter anymore. No, we want to draw that. That's perfect. So we want to go add 3 red mana to the mana pool. Tap for a blue. We want to do this, blue, 1, 2. So we want a Nexus first. So we have 2 turns after this one. And then now we want a Hulk. And we're going to flash back Supreme Will, looking for another Nexus of Fate. Or another Hulk. Cast. Look at the top 4. We're going to take Nexus of Fate. So we currently have 2 turns after this one. Graveyard. We're going to discard 1, 2, 3. That's pretty good. Well, we should have played Nexus of Fate before we did that, because it would increase the odds of drawing a Nexus of Fate. So that was kind of dumb. Alright, so stack more turns. Attack him. We're gonna Supreme Will, find a Nexus of Fates. That pretty much guarantees the game. Now we're gonna flip this search. Graveyard, yes. Yes. Yeah, so that guarantees that this game is over. Doesn't really matter which tab's that. So then we discard 1, 2, done, and we attack. Yeah. So now we tap for a red, add red, colorless. So that's 6, 8. Gas kicker, our opponent. And so now we get to 20 them and then attack for 5. Same targets. And all this was because they activated Azcanta on my end step. So if they hadn't activated Azcanta on my end step, I wouldn't have been able to push through. But the fact that they activate Azcanta means that I am now able to start my extra turn cycle in response. So it's kind of like how Goyo's Vengeance in Modern can combo on end step or combo in response to opponents doing things. This deck can do a similar thing.